Hello everyone, what is up? Nubby here, back with another Honkai Star Rail video. And at the time of making this video, I recently finished Honkai Star Rail's version 4.4 Fate Stay Night collaboration story, and I honestly had a really good time with it. In fact, I think it is a significant improvement over the previous Fate collab that we have got all the way back in version 3.4. So in this video, I will be giving my review of the version 4.4 Fate collaboration, talking about some of the new changes and improvements, and just share what I enjoyed most about the collaboration overall. Of course, this video will contain spoilers for the Fate collaboration story, so if you have not finished it yet, you have been warned. With that said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Starting with the changes and improvements, I feel that the biggest and most noticeable change between the two Fate collabs is the story direction, as the first Fate collab back in version 3.4 tries to tell a more serious story that shows a darker side of Penacony, whereas the Fate collab in version 4.4 is mainly about helping Rin Tosaka gather enough magical energy through a secret Holy Grail war in plain Arcadia so that she can continue on with her journey in hopping across different dimensions. And yeah, that is the whole premise and plot of the story, and along the way we got a lot of goofy scenes such as Castrus being kidnapped by Sparksy and forced to be a streamer, and Fallone being self-aware that he attracts half-naked men like Gilgamesh and Mighty. It is just funny, dude. So yeah, the second Fate collab is definitely a lot more light-hearted and is a lot more, fun, that it doesn't take itself too seriously, and I feel this new light-hearted story direction for the collab is what made people enjoy the story a lot more than the first collaboration, as it is not trying to force you to read through tons of lore or world building, but it knows what it is, that it is just a fun, short Fate Stay Night collaboration story that doesn't overstay its welcome. Additionally, some of the problems from the previous collaborations are still present as well, such as the heavy reusing of assets. The final boss for the collab is basically a regular weekly boss that HSR is just reusing for this collab. But the story this time is a lot less serious and, so much more fun and goofy that I feel it is a lot more acceptable to reuse assets, which again, this could just be me, but I feel the changes in the story direction to being more lighthearted made the story a lot more fun and enjoyable for me. Moving on, the next change and improvement is the new TCG combat style gameplay that the devs created for the collab, because in the previous Fate collab in version 3.4, the combat gameplay overall was your stock standard Honkai Star Rail turn-based combat with some new modifiers added on top. But for the Fate collab in version 4.4, the devs created a whole new combat gameplay system using something like action cards, and depending on who you have on your team, you get different action cards and different playstyles, which makes the combat really refreshing and fun. And I'm just really happy that even after all these new versions and updates, the developers of Honkai Star Rail are still able to add and create new fun and interesting combat gameplays to change up their regular turn-based combat. And in fact, I wish they do more with this new TCG combat gameplay and not just limit this to the Fate collab, because I really enjoyed it. Again, it is just a breath of fresh air. Lastly, for the changes and improvements, I feel like there is just more Fate Stay Night character involvement in the story this time around. I talked about this in my last Fate Stay Night collab review video for version 3.4, but back in 3.4, it felt like you can easily remove Archer, Saber, and Lancer from the collab story and just replace them with other NPCs from Penacony, because they were just not really that involved in the story at all. They were just kind of there existing, right? But in version 4.4, the Fate characters felt like they belonged in the story a lot more, as the story is more focused on them, as you need to have Rin Tosaka and Gilgamesh present for the story to move forward, as the Fate characters are definitely a lot more involved in the story, which I feel it does a lot more justice to any Fate Stay Night fan that, this time around the story is definitely more of a Fate story. Moving on to what I enjoyed most about the collaboration overall, I could easily say that it is the free Gilgamesh or Archer that everyone is going to be able to get one for free, but for me, what I truly enjoyed the most about this collab is the character-to-character interactions between the different IPs, between Honkai Star Rail characters and Fate Stay Night characters, as there's just a lot of good, goofy and sweet interactions between them, like Fallone just hanging out with Saber and Gilgamesh, to Rin hanging out with Castris and her sister, having a heart-to-heart about Rin having a sister as well. It is just really nice and sweet, and this to me feels like what all collabs should be all about. Just characters from different games or worlds interacting, hanging out, and seeing how their personalities will clash and mix. And I feel that if a collab can do this right, regardless of how other aspects of the collab turns out, it would still be a very solid collab between two different IPs if the character-to-character interactions are good. And in the case of Honkai Star Rail's version 4.4 Fate collaboration, I feel that they did the character-to-character interactions really well. And not only that, they even managed to change and improve the collaboration story and gameplay experience from the last collaboration. So in conclusion, I feel that Honkai Star Rail's version 4.4 Fate Stay Night collaboration is really good. Personally, I had a really great time with it, but I do want to say that some old issues are still there, like the heavy reusing of in-game assets or the lack of English voice acting, forcing players to play with Japanese voice acting, which is still really good, mind you, but I can see why it is an issue for some players who prefer to play it in English. Overall, this collaboration is very enjoyable, and I hope you did so too. And if you did, or if you did not, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And that is all from me, Nubby out.